Springdale Public Schools would like to thank the following sponsors: McLarty Daniel, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, Tyson Foods, Arvest Bank, and Explore Springdale.
See me if I'm right here. Okay, let's do sound check really quick. Average swing, really quick, just rhythm only. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Good evening. Before we begin our performances tonight, we'd like to cover a few housekeeping items to ensure the audience and performers alike enjoy the best experience possible. As a sign of respect to your children and their peers, please turn off your cell phone or turn it to silent. Tonight's performances are being professionally recorded. It would be a shame for our students' hard work to be permanently tarnished by the use of cellular devices or talking during tonight's performances. If you need to exit the Performing Arts Center at any time, please use the exit doors located at the rear or side of the auditorium when a song has finished and the applause has started. Small children are truly a blessing. But if your small one begins to get restless and start a solo of their own, please take them from the auditorium to help them settle. Part of the band experience is learning about concert etiquette on the stage as performers, as well as in the audience as viewers. The students have been asked to stay and support one another during the concert. My name is Brandon Hanlon, and I serve as the head band director here at Central Junior High. We are so excited that you have chosen to spend your evening supporting our young musicians for their final performance of this year. This is our final night to showcase and celebrate our amazing young musicians. Tonight you'll hear music performed by the Central Junior High Jazz Band, the Central Junior High Concert Band, the Central Junior High Symphonic Band, and the Central Junior High Wind Symphony. If you haven't seen the flyers yet, we have gone with paperless programs, so they're located throughout the auditorium and they're located on the outside. So if you want to scan that QR code, those will pop up and it'll give you a link straight to our program. The band you see before you is the Central Junior High Jazz Band. Our jazz band is composed of musicians from all three of our bands. Our first piece is a swing chart titled Avenue Swing by Mike Collins Dowden, featuring Silas Wilson on trumpet. Without further ado, please help me welcome the Central Junior High Jazz Band. Check. As you can see, it's kind of hard to maneuver up here because we have so many young jazz musicians. So this is really, really awesome to have. We have, I think, 32 jazz musicians in our first jazz band here, so this is really awesome. So our second piece is titled Funk Zone by Doug Beach and George Shutak. And this is a piece that introduces young jazz ensembles to shout sections. So a shout section is where all the instruments in the band are playing the exact same thing at the same time, and it's really impactful. So we hope you enjoy Funk Zone. Our next piece is a little bebop tune called I Beeped When I Should Have Bopped, and this will feature our saxophone section. Saxophones, give them a wave. Oh, come on, give them a wave, y'all. There you go. This is I Beeped When I Should Have Bopped. Our next tune, in cliche words, we're going to slow it down for you a little bit tonight. So, our next tune is Here's That Rainy Day by Rick Stitzel, and it will feature Oscar Lopez on the flute, feature Silas Wilson on the trumpet, and Christian Iglesias on the alto sax. This is Here's That Rainy Day. I want to take a second and brag on these young jazz musicians really quick. Jazz members, raise your hand if this is your first year ever being in a jazz ensemble. Pretty amazing, right? Now, raise your hand if you joined the jazz band after Christmas. And then last, raise your hand if you learned a completely different instrument for jazz band. Yeah. It's just amazing what these hardworking students can accomplish in 1 to 2 hours a week after school. Like, that's all we get is Mondays and some Wednesdays. And these young jazz musicians come in and just kill it every rehearsal. So I just want to let them know that I'm very thankful for their hard work. And don't they sound great? Yeah? So our next piece is called Centerpiece by Harry Sweets Edison, and this is one of our premier improv pieces. And so you're going to see a lot of this going on, and I promise you, they're not na-na-na booing you. They're actually asking for a solo, so you'll see a lot of that going on. That's how we call for solos, because there's so many of us. So we hope you enjoy Centerpiece by Harry Sweets Edison. Alrighty, before we play our last piece, you thought that was the last one, but it's not. Before we play our last piece, I'd like to recognize a lot of our students for earning spots in the All-Region Jazz program in Region 7. So if you earned a spot in the All-Region Jazz Band, will you just like give us a big wave, please? A big wave, y'all. So they're all of those like notations, like All-Region Jazz, All-Region Orchestra, and all those are also notated in the program. But we do have some awards to give out tonight for some of our outstanding jazz musicians. So we have two main awards that we give out for our jazz musician. One is the Most Improved Jazz Musician, and the other is the Outstanding Jazz Musician. So, and neither of those are better than the other. It's just we have students who have never played jazz before, and some of them have a really great understanding right at the very beginning, and some of them just come with nothing and just boom, rise to the top. So we have some awards to give out tonight. So first, for Most Improved Jazz Musician, we have Ruby Beard. Our next Most Improved Jazz Musician, Ray Duran Torres. Good job. Good job. Next, we have some outstanding musicians. Great job, Ray. We have some outstanding jazz musicians. It's really hard to pick because all these young musicians are outstanding, okay? So our first outstanding jazz musician goes to Christian Iglesias. Our next outstanding jazz musician goes to Jace Johnston. Our next outstanding jazz musician goes to Daniel Baker. And you know, I just thought about this, all the outstanding musicians are all saxophones. Totally not planned, just saw that. So another outstanding jazz musician, Angelo Carranza. All right, our last piece this evening is called Son of the Chicken. And so this is the 20th piece in a collection of chicken pieces written by Chris Berg. And the joke is, like, he wrote the chicken as a joke, and it quickly became his #1 bestseller. And so if he thought he could make money off chicken, he'd write a lot of them. So this is the 20th installment of the chicken franchise called Son of the Chicken. Alrighty, so we're going to continue with the next part of our program with our Central Junior High Concert Band. So if you are a Central Junior High Concert Band member, please make your way to the stage. Give us about 5 to 10 minutes so we can clear the stage, stretch your legs, get a scan of that QR code, and we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you for coming.
Good evening, and welcome to our portion of tonight's performance. The concert band will open with Atlantis, written in 1986 by Anne McGinty. McGinty was the first female composer to be authorized to write for the United States Army Band. My name is Macy Cook, and I play percussion in the Central Junior High Concert Band. Thank you for being here, and we hope you enjoy Atlantis.
Hi, I'm Carla Marquardt and I play trumpet in the Central Junior High Concert Band. The next piece will feature sounds associated with ceremonies and rituals of tribal Africa. We hope you enjoy the musical safari of African Journey.
I forgot a part earlier. I'm Tammy Sangster, and one of the directors here at Central Junior High. And the concert band that you see before us, we went to concert assessment earlier this year, and they received straight superior ratings in their performance from all three judges, as well as the sight reading room. And what they didn't know is that they accidentally gave us a level harder in sight reading than what they were supposed to. But the lady said, your kids were doing so well that we didn't stop you. And if they had had any trouble, we would have stopped and let you start over. But they did so well that she just let them keep going. So I think that's awesome. It's the first time they've been to concert assessment in a few years. And so for them to get straight superiors from all judges, I'm super proud of these students. And I thought they did a great job. So good job.
Hi, I'm Peyton Langston, and I play euphonium in the Central Junior High School Concert Band. We will now perform Pirates of the Caribbean.
Before we play our last piece, we'd like to recognize some of our amazing musicians from our concert band. So, just like we did for jazz band, we're going to do some most improved musicians, a outstanding 8th grade musician, outstanding 9th grade musician, and a director's award. So, the most improved musician goes to Carla Mariquin. Our next most improved musician goes to Saul Guadarrama. Our first outstanding 8th grade musician goes to Flor Martinez. Our next outstanding 8th grade musician goes to Caleb Crumby. Our first outstanding 9th grade musician goes to Leighton Pittman. Our next outstanding 9th grade musician goes to Eric Aguilar. Our Director's Award, our Director's Award for Musical Excellence in this ensemble goes to a specific person who is, one, a great musician, and two, encompasses all there is to be a great band teammate. So the Director's Award for Musical Excellence for the concert band goes to Caleb Whittle. And now we're going to have our outstanding 9th grade musician, Eric Aguilar, introduce our next piece.
Hello, I'm Eric Aguilar, and I play bass clarinet in the Central Junior High concert band. Our final piece, Mechanical Monsters, was written by an Arkansas composer, Randall Standrith. The sound of metal and gears depict a monster that is about to create havoc on unsuspecting city dwellers. On behalf of the concert band, Mr. Hanlon and Ms. Sangster, we want to thank you for being here and supporting us and music. Thank you for helping us have a wonderful year in the Central Band.
All right, we're going to take a quick pause for an intermission. The concert band will now exit the stage. If you're a Symphonic band team member, please make your way to the stage now.
Welcome to the Central Junior High Symphonic Band's portion of tonight's concert. My name is Tayton Westhoff, and I play the tuba. We will begin our portion of the concert with Declaration in Blue. American music can be defined in many ways. However, the deep roots of jazz are America's own musical contribution to the world. This piece, written for concert band, celebrates their heritage by borrowing themes from the jazz idiom.
Our next piece features highlights from Avengers Endgame. This movie is a meditation on time, and it leaves us with a fittingly age-old message that we should cherish the moments we have on Earth with our loved ones. My name is Cameron Bisbee, and I play tuba in the Central High Symphonic Band, and I hope you enjoy Avengers Endgame.
At this time, we'd like to recognize some of our amazing musicians for their accomplishments at All Region. If you made All Region orchestra, jazz, or concert band, please stand and be recognized. And next, we'd like to recognize another one of our students who is a doubler on All Region Jazz and All Region Concert Band, and that student is Asher Mitchell. And now we will turn it over to Bricia Trevino.
The third piece we will perform is entitled Lightning Fingers. It is a solo for a clarinet with band accompaniment. It was written by Henry Fillmore and edited by Robert E. Foster. The solo clarinet part will be performed by Mason Sangster. I'm Bricia Trevino and I play the flute in Central Junior High Symphonic Band. We hope you enjoy Lightning Fingers.
Okay, I have to say that that was my son. Okay, but I didn't. I will say that I do have more people at the concert that wanted to come see my concert tonight. But I know that I'm a grandparent, and I know that they just are here to see the grandchild. But anyway, but I'm glad that so many of my fan club could be here tonight. I am blessed to have my mom and dad, and both of my sisters, and my mother-in-law, and of course my husband, who's always here. But they're here. I know they said they wanted to be here for my concert, but I really think it was to see Mason. I didn't have to use the mom guilt on him or anything, though. I just asked him to play, and he said yes. So that was pretty special. It's hard to accompany, and these guys did an outstanding job because it's really hard to accompany someone. So that's great. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we have some awards right now that we're going to give, I think, right? Okay. Mr. Hanlon keeps me on track. I like it when Mr. Hanlon does the talking because I get off track. Okay, we have most improved musicians, and these are in no particular order, but our first most improved musician goes to Briella Lane. Our next most improved musician is Oscar Lopez. And the next award, it's kind of a made-up award that I gave this year because it's really hard when you have students like this that are working so hard. And by the way, this group also went to concert assessment and received a superior rating from all three judges and in sight reading. So they did fantastic. And they've accomplished all of this in what time we have in the school day. There's been no after-school practice, so it's been kind of amazing what they've accomplished this year. And the kids tease me that I have favorites, and I tell them all the time I don't like any of them, so it's not in it. So it's none of that. But this section actually is always prepared, always knows their music, and they're just, I can't help it because they're always ready and always prepared and always do the right thing. And so I gave an Outstanding Section Award to our flute section this year. Okay, our Outstanding 8th Grade Musician goes to Christopher Lopez. Our next Outstanding 8th Grade Musician is Asher Mitchell. Outstanding 9th Grade Musician, Kason Castleman. Our next Outstanding 9th Grade Musician, Reese Plyler. And this next person, our Director's Award that Mr. Hanlon presented earlier to our concert band, we have one for each band, and this young man started this year. And he moved quickly from the concert band, and I said, he came in and we moved him at semester. We were able to switch his schedule to Symphonic band, and then he made All Region this year as a beginner in the first band in All Region. and has done remarkable. But he also comes daily prepared. He is a leader. He leads by example, and he is just a phenomenal young man. And I'm going to mess up his name, and I apologize ahead of time. But our Director's Award for Musical Excellence goes to Toby Safarap. Close. I hope I was close. I apologize if not. Okay, and now it is time for Angelo to introduce our last piece.
Our piece will have everyone buzzing with excitement. The composer Randall Standridge wrote playful melodies, chromaticism, and colorful orchestration, including the buzzing of mouthpieces and mutes for brass to make a winning combination. My name is Angelo Carranza, and I play alto sax in the Central Junior High Symphonic Band. On behalf of the Symphonic Band, Ms. Sangster and Mr. Hanlon, we would like to thank you for attending our concert and being here to support us and music. We will conclude with Bees.
Alrighty, we will now have one more quick intermission for a quick set change for the Wind Symphony. Symphonic Band, please make your way back to your seats, and Wind Symphony team members, please make your way to the stage now. Thank you again for coming and supporting us and our students through music.
Welcome to the Central Junior High Wind Symphony portion of tonight's concert. My name is Travis Campbell, and I play soprano and bass clarinet in the Central Junior High Wind Symphony. Our first piece tonight is Trail of Tears by James Barnes. Trail of Tears was written to describe the 150th anniversary of this historical event. This piece depicts the strife between the Indians and the encroaching settlers, the tragic battle scenes of 1838, the agony of the march itself, a recitation of a mournful poem in the Cherokee language, and a final statement of triumph for the Native Americans who survived and managed to live and prosper in spite of all odds. This is Trail of Tears by James Barnes.
At our winter concert, we recognize some of our students who made the All-Region North Orchestra. If you made the All-Region North Orchestra, would you please stand and be recognized? If you made the All-Region Concert Band, please stand and be recognized. You can sit down. Now, we have a lot of students in this ensemble who have doubled and tripled, so we'd like to recognize those students now. If you made 2 different all-region honor ensembles, please stand and be recognized. If you earned a spot in all 3 honor ensembles, that is orchestra, jazz, and concert band, please stand and be recognized. And finally, we have, we have 2 more. If you made all 3 and were a first chair, please stand and be recognized. And then 2 students we'd like to recognize by name are Silas Wilson on trumpet and Casey Elliott on bassoon and piano. These students placed in first band, first chair in each of the 3 throughout the year. So please stand and be recognized, Silas and Casey. And next, we're going to have our tuba player, Jack Mayhew, introduce our next piece.
Hello, my name is Jack Mayhew, and I play tuba in the Central Junior High Wind Symphony. We want to take you back to the Middle Ages where castles marked the landscape, kings and queens ruled the realm, minstrels welcomed weary travelers to their lands with song. The knights in shining armor fought valiant battles for their kingdoms. We hope you enjoy Of Dark Lords and Ancient Kings by Roland Barrett.
At this time, we'd like to recognize our outstanding musicians and most improved musicians for the Central Junior High Wind Symphony. Give me 1 second. There we go. So, we have 2 most improved musicians. The first most improved musician goes to Braden Metter. Our next most improved musician goes to Vanessa Hiron. It's so tough to pick outstanding musicians because all of our musicians are outstanding. We had 4 8th grade musicians who were just above the bar in everything they do, so we'd like to recognize those students right now. Our first outstanding 8th grade musician goes to Ivy Sandoval. Our next outstanding 8th grade musician goes to Aaron Osterly. Our next outstanding 8th grade musician goes to Annabeth Obobeth Jones. Our next outstanding 8th grade musician goes to Casey Elliott. Our first outstanding 9th grade musician goes to Aubrey Treat. Our next outstanding 9th grade musician goes to Matthew Cox. Tonight we have 2 Directors Awards for Musical Excellence to present. These 2 students have been top of the class since day 1. They both made first chair all region in pretty much anything they could do. And they are really real go-getters and they get the job done every day. So our first Directors Award for Musical Excellence for the Wind Symphony goes to Ainsley Carter. Our next Director's Award for Musical Excellence goes to Silas Wilson. At this point in the program, I'd like to express our gratitude to a bunch of people. On behalf of the Central Junior High Warrior Bands, we would like to thank the following people for the support and dedication to our musicians and their pursuit of music education. Dr. Jerry Cleveland, Superintendent, and the Springdale Public School Administration Team, the Springdale Public Schools Board of Education, Mr. Damon Donnell, the Springdale Fine Arts Coordinator and Director of Student Services, Dr. Todd Lofton, Central Junior High Principal, Mrs. Stephanie Hinsey, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Afton Schleif, Assistant Principal, Miss Mary Welch, who is our secretary at Central Junior High. She honestly gets tired of seeing me in the mornings because I have lots of stuff to turn in, but she is amazing. And so I would like to thank Miss Mary because I know that I put her through the ringer every single day. I'd like to thank our HAR-BER feeder team, my colleague Tammy Sangster, Jeremy Ford, CJ Morris, Omar Alonzo, Mallory Van Zant, Julie Huffman, and Tyler Weaver. Our Central Junior High music faculty, Miss Gretchen Watt and Emily Simpson. Our CJS faculty, staff, and custodians for their continued flexibility and support of our young musicians this year. If you are a Central Junior High teacher, staff member, employee, will you please stand so we can express our gratitude to you? A special thank you to our adjunct faculty that have taken time out of their busy schedules to work with our students, Dr. Gary Barrow, Jenny Hudson, Deborah Shaw, Armando Gutierrez, Jan Bozeman, and Michael Olewski. Another special thank you to our interns that helped us immensely throughout the semester, Ms. Caitlin Berry, Mr. Logan Morris, and Mr. Nicholas Soderquist. And finally, to our Central Junior High parents, families, and friends of Central Junior High Warrior Bands, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting your young musicians. Without you, none of this would be possible. You guys, I know we put you guys through the ringer every week. There's rehearsals going on all the time, and I really like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart that you keep supporting your young musicians throughout the year. So students, can we give your parents, family, and friends a round of applause, please? And finally, the biggest thank you to the most important people in this room, our Central Junior High Warrior Band musicians. It's not only the musicians on the stage, it's the musicians in the jazz band, the musicians in the concert band, and the musicians in the symphonic band. You guys are the reason why our band program just works. You guys are the hardest workers, and you are the best people. So keep on keeping on, right? We love you guys. It has been an amazing year. Can we give a round of applause for our amazing students? And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, Mr. Zachary Van Leer introducing our last piece.
Hi, my name is Zachary Van Leer, and I play percussion and bass guitar in the Central Junior High Wind Symphony. Our final piece this evening is titled Reckoning. The composer, Michael Markowski, defines this piece as a musical underdog story, an unlikely hero's determination to right wrongs that have been brought upon them in the past, and that hero's ambition to prove they are a force to be reckoned with. We hope you enjoy Reckoning by Michael Markowski. Thank you again for coming to support us.
This concludes our final performance of the year. Thank you all for choosing to spend your night with us and continuing to support these young musicians through music education. A couple of things we need to accomplish before we go. Students, please take small instruments home. All large instruments need to be loaded onto the truck very quickly. Thanks again for coming. Please travel safely on your way home.